Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome back to another episode of Old Men Playing Video Games Badly. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Total War Warhammer 3. Bit of background, the Total War series comprises a lot of games. You've got Total War Rome, Total War Shogun, Total War Napoleon, and then 3 games based in the Warhammer Fantasy universe, Total War Warhammer 1, 2, and 3. Each version of the game has its own list of units, its own separate map, its own factions, and Total Warhammer 3 is the most recent, and according to the Creative Assembly, the game's designers and programmers, the last in the series. If you go into campaign and select new, the Lost God is like just a preview, prequel tutorial, kind of setting up the storyline of the game. There's not much of a story. There is a little one, but you go into the realm of chaos.
Son
and
of dragons.
Each Warhammer game has multiple factions. Each faction has its own unique mechanics and units.
Dragon Lord of the Iron
Cathay has caravans for generate extra resource. They also have something called Yin and Yang, which, if you have units like ranged units and melee units are nearer to each other, they create harmony for bonuses. Kislev has devotion for for buffs for the character. They've got their own unit and hero roster. Nurgle creates plagues, ogre kingdoms, are mercenaries. They can hire themselves out for extra cash. Slaanesh is a demon faction that seduces units to join their side. When you're fighting an opponent, you can steal their units. GEEXX, I'm not sure what GEEXX's thing is. I know Khorne is the blood god. Nurgle is the god of corruption, decay. Slaanesh is the god of temptation. I'm not sure what Zeus is the god of, but then you've got Warriors of Chaos, which is basically just unaligned
your beatific master.
demon lords. Anyway, and then they just released Chaos Dwarfs, which is brand new. And you just pick a race. He's only got one lord. Cathay's got 2 lords to pick from.
Master.
Kislev's got 3. Like I said, Warriors of Chaos has 4.
Triumph awaits.
So there's a lot of different. Each faction has something different to pick from. So there's a lot of variety here. The brand new Chaos Dwarfs have 3 different lords to pick from. They just added them. But then you have something called the Immortal Empires. Now I mentioned that there are 3 Total Warhammer games, each with their own map.
Empire's blessings.
What Immortal Empires does is it takes all the factions. Man, that's loud. Sorry. It has this giant map. It has combined the map of all 3 games. It has all the factions and all the lords of all 3 games, and you can pick and choose and play as any one of them. Which, Beastmen, Demons of Chaos, the Empire, High Elves, Lizardmen, Norsika, which is like Vikings, Dark Elves, Dwarves, Greenskins, Vampire Coast, Tomb Kings, the Ogre King, Lizardmen, Skaven. There's just, look at Lizardmen have 7 legendary lords to pick from. The dwarves, where are the dwarves? Regular dwarves. Here, dwarves. Little stunty dwarves. Where'd you go? Dwarfs. Yeah, they've got 5. The vampire counts have 5. So, like I said, Nurgle's only got the 1 lord. Ku got Plague Finder. But there's 22 different factions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 factions and something like 82 different lords to pick from. Combined. So, if you've got the money to drop down on all 3 games and all the DLC, you've got a massive sandbox to play in. I'm going to get into a little bit just to show you a bit of the game, a little bit of gameplay. I picked the greenskins for a reason. I have never actually played the greenskins. I've played a bunch of other factions. I've never actually played the greenskins though. But just to show you what the game looks like. To give you some examples. This game does take a few minutes to load, but then again, once you see the map, you might understand why. Come on, load it, load it, load it. Come on, one more. Come on, one more. Come on, little more, little bit more. Come on, come on. There we go. Look at this. Look at this view.
Once
Look at this view.
Killed everything. No one's to go looting until I say so.
Oh yeah, love the looting. All right, we are as Ag the Slaughterer. We have Masha, who is our not a lord; he's a hero. I'm just going to embed him. Heroes can act independently of an of an army, but you can also put them in the army.
I suppose the ground's whisper.
These are our units. An army consists of up to 20 units. Some units have one in them. There's 100 orc biggins, 120 orc boys, 60 forest goblin riders, 16 trolls, and 4 rock lobbers, which are basically catapults. And I just want to appreciate this map. Look at this. Look at this. Look. It's got trees and snow and wind and clouds and dragons and lava pits. And you can if you scroll out, it kind of does like the world map. But then as you keep scrolling out, look how big this freaking map is. This is just massive. And it keeps going. It keeps going. Right, actually at the top of the map actually, but going further south, and just this game is huge. It's so awesome. Center on my dude. There we go. And there are just the detail in the map itself. The little cities, the skulls in the mountains. I love this game. This is so fun. But okay.
As I is, yeah.
The little green area is how far you can move. You can change how you move. You can raid, which steals money from whatever you're standing in. And if it's your land, it'll steal money from yourself, which isn't good. Certain races can use underway, which means you can tunnel under the mountains, so you don't have to walk around them. I think dwarves, Skaven, and the greenskins can do that. Ambush, you can hide and try and wait for them to walk into you and attack, and you can march. March stance. We have no stance. Just normal walking. So here's some ogres. I'm going to walk into them.
This is good.
Now you can look. You can fight. You can retreat. You can also auto-resolve. Auto-resolve means it will fight for you. It will decide how many of your opponent's units die, how many of your units die. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to fight because I want to show off some stuff. Gotta show off some stuff. This gives you a preview of what the battleground looks like, and the battlegrounds are different depending on where you are in the world. The battleground you have here matches what the terrain looks like in the overland map. You know, we're in the mountains in snow. There should also be a snowy mountain range. The deserts look like deserts. Yeah, see, we're in oh, he's a caster, so you can gamble to try and get more magic. Magic is a limited resource. So you can hide in the trees. High ground affects your ranged units. Got some trolls. They're just monsters in the tree. One of the things that makes this game so good is that terrain matters. Like if you're trying to shoot something with like archers, they've got to arc up over obstacles in the path. If these archers shoot the trees and hit the trees, they'll miss. That's one of the things I wanted to kind of show off. You can also move your units around. You can set your patterns. Oh, I've got this. My catapults. I want the catapults on some high ground. Sorry about that. High ground for my catapults. Like right here. Oh yeah, almost in range. Come on, want them just in range. Nope. There we go. Then I'll put some, we got infantry. Put my infantry in front. Kind of. I'm just going to move them forward anyway. Trolls. These guys, I think I want to hide them in the trees. So stack your units up too. And what's we got here? Orc boys. Cool. These are my boss units, my powerful, my hero, and my lord. This circle represents the lord's leadership aura. And see this white bar? That represents a unit's leadership, their morale. When units take damage or when units around them die, they lose leadership. And that's actually how you win fights. You don't have to kill everything. If you can reduce the opponent's leadership, all of his units to 0, they will just run away. So I start the battle. And just... Oop, do I take those guys?
Your ranged weapons may prove decisive in the coming
They
battle,
may.
Commander.
Nope,
Bring them to
I want
bear
you
against
to,
the enemy from afar, but be sure to protect them as well.
Forward. Here we go. Move forward. Yeah, be quiet. So let's just go in here. You can go in really close. Really close. Really close. Look at this. Look at these Noblars. Little tiny goblins. Oh! That was cavalry stones. Look at those. Cavalry just knocking them around. Up. There we go. You're shooting at those, so you're gonna attack the archers. I think I'm also gonna, where's my, you guys, I gotta come up with a flank to the side. You guys should have moved forward. You should also move forward. You're not doing anything. Get in there, fight stuff. And I think you guys are going to attack the, there. Stupid trolls got creamed. That's because the trolls ran in without... So each unit has its own armor, leadership, speed, melee attack, melee defense, weapon strength, charge bonus, which is how much damage it does when it charges. Do you have any spells? Oh look, I do. I have a spell. Let's just kill their lord. What's this? How many trolls? Oh, my trolls just took a beating. Yep, we as gobos. What's this? Gaze of Mork. Causes moderate magical damage, good against large combatants. Well, let's just see what that does. I've never used the Gaze of Mork. Here's a spell that's going to do something. Oh, they gotta dodge it. Did the Gaze of Mork do anything? Oh well, guess not. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. So my trolls came back. Your units can rally, get some leadership back. Oh, yep, that's not good. They're not meant to be in melee range. They're archers. These guys are still lobbing stones at these dudes in the back. What the hell is this chasing me? Saber-tusk pack. Ooh, they're nasty. Let's intercept those. Some orcs. I've almost won anyway, but you can speed time up to go. Yeah, let's just speed this up till we win. Yay, we won. So, like flanking, this game is good because like tactics make a difference. I played tactically very badly, as you can see. So I played poorly. But anyway, like flanking, like, you know, which units fight which units is important. You know, you had some cavalry shredding my archers. My catapults destroyed their archer units. I had some infantry against their infantry. Just tactics matter. So strategically, this game is really, really good. I really like this game. It's possible to screw with the AI and do really well. But let's go to the aftermath of the battle. See, it gives you an overview. How many units did I lose? How many do I have left? How many units did the opponent lose? He lost almost 4.5 times more than I did. So, but this is also the very first battle of the game. It's supposed to be easy. You're not supposed to lose this fight. Now, after the battle, you have options. What do you do after the battle? You can slaughter the captives. You could ransom them for some extra cash. Your units do get experience, and as they get experience, they get better stats. There's usually a third option in the middle somewhere. Now, it varies from race to race, but the greenskins can eat their captives to heal up their damaged units. I'm gonna eat my captives. Meat's back on the menu, boys. They are dead. You see here this little blue bar. Your heroes and lords level up. You can pick different abilities for your lord. There's each lord has a similar, like, this is called the blue line. You can't see it because well, hold on. Let's there's one other thing. I'm gonna take this city. After you finish a fight, you sometimes get some bonus movement for winning winning a battle. I've got some more movement left. I'm going to come in here. I am going to auto-resolve this. You can also encircle it to try and to siege them down and starve out the defenders. Attack it straight. Break the siege and run away. I'm going to auto-resolve because it's quick. Oh, I got an item. Cool. See, look at how much damage my guy's off to. Ooh, trolls almost died. But they've ranked up. They're rank 1 now, which increases their leadership, their melee attack, and melee defense. So that's what happens when units rank up. Check the box that. Now, when you take a city, when you fight a city, you can burn it to the ground, get some loot. You can sack it, which destroys a lot of buildings and gets you loot. You can loot it and take it over, which it lowers your. You can occupy it, loot and occupy. Basically, this little red skull means that it's how much people hate you. So, I'm just going to loot and occupy because I don't care. I'm not going to be continuing this campaign. I'm just showing you guys what it is. And then I'm going to show you, since it took that level up my hero and my lord. Alright, blue line is like, increases my movement range, increases the loot I get from fights. This is all like overland campaign stuff. Lightning strike is to reinforce. This lowers the units up. This reduces corruption, reduces upkeep. Oh, haven't done upkeep yet. In your army, this is how much your army costs. So I make this much money per turn. Army upkeep is 1,833 gold. Your army's got to be fed, and it needs equipment and repairs. So each unit has a cost to recruit it and a cost for upkeep. And you can't, if your upkeep is more than what you make, then it runs a negative and you have problems. So abilities that reduce upkeep are very useful. This little number is how long it will take to get this unit. So if I wanted some more goblin archers, and this is also how many you can recruit per turn. Want some more orc biggins. Orc boys, I mean. Need me some more archers. And then we're good to go. Now, this game also has what you call technology. You can research bonuses. Increases armor for goblin units. Increases leadership for goblin units and physical resistance. Adds, what is it? Sneaking. Hero action. That's for hero stuff. So, toothy weapons for, upgrades for black orcs. Construction costs for buildings. Boar painting. Speed for orc boar units. Orcs that ride boars. So, these are, all races have like some technology stuff to research. Orcs have what's called the Wa. Every time you fight, this gets bigger, and once it reaches the maximum, you can call to Wa. Calling to Wa for orcs, it just doubles the size of the army. Every single army. Every army gets a second army. That's exactly the same number of units in it. So you can just, once you call a Wa, you basically pick a target. There's just so much. Look at that flying dwarf helicopter. Who are these guys? Norsika. They're the Vikings. More greenskins. These are more greenskins. These are the Chaos Dwarves. This game is just, there's just so much to do. You know, you've got real-time fights where tactics and strategy matter. You've got some RPG elements where your heroes and lords will level up. You also can, I gotta, my sack, I gotta repair the building. You also have base building, base management. You know, oh look, this lets me recruit, this building lets me recruit orc boys. If I upgrade it, I can now recruit nasty skulkers and orc arrow boys, orc archers. Upgrading it more will get me night goblins and orc biggins and night goblin archers. And then you have other buildings. Ditches builds walls for the garrison and provides garrison units. This increases my control. See, control is how much people like me, so I might want to do some control because no one in this building likes me. But I can also build a wolf den to get wolf riders, or forest goblin spider archers, or giant spiders. I can build this for, what's this? Or war boys for shock cavalry, orcs riding boars. Big shock cavalry. These are night goblin squill carpers. This is basically basic military equipment. This is advanced military equipment. Snotling pump wagons, war machines, catapults. This lets me recruit shamans as heroes. This also adds a shaman to the garrison. That's pretty cool. Unlocks recruitment of rogue elves, which is a giant monster unit, like a giant stone golem that throws rocks at people. This lets me recruit giants, troll hags. So there's just a lot to do. So much to do. Then there are special Cave of Shinies, extra income. Another thing I think is cool is that see these little lava pits on the ground? These aren't normally here. That's because you've got Chaos Dwarves and Chaos Dwarf Corruption. Corruption is a thing in this game. Corruption does damage to people who walk through it if it's not their kind of corruption. Like the Chaos Dwarves are not bothered by their corruption, but if I try to walk through that area, my guys would take damage from the corruption. So all the Chaos factions and the vampires have vampire corruption, the Skaven have Skaven corruption, and it changes the way the land looks. And it's different for each faction. Each type of corruption changes the look of the land based on what type of corruption it is. A little waterfall. And a flying... what is that? That's a flying cow. A flying demon cow. That's nice. So there, there's all these little touches that just visually add to the game. And again, you know, I can just go in. Extra marching distance is always good. My hero leveled up. I don't know what that spell did. I didn't see it do anything. But we'll buff it just because. And then I can do stuff in my buildings. I'll recruit some money. Spend some money on... Do I want... Oh yeah, I want Black Orcs. Black Orcs are just some of the most brutal infantry units in the game. Oh, Shinies for income. Growth category planet. This is control. I do need a lot of control. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna, you know, do stuff anyway. I'm just... Alright, and then I've got my research. I can change a turn. It will show what the other factions are doing. So obviously, I like this game. This is going to be my game of the year. So far, it's my game of the year. No other games I like better than this one. So far. It's only May. Just the sheer variety. Even though, I mean, each faction has its own similarities and its own differences. There's really only about 6 or 8 actual different mechanics. And others are just variations on a theme. Like, I'm building reputation for a Wa. If I'm playing as Bretonia, I build chivalry to summon the Green Knight. So, you know, Kislev builds renown so they can do some buffs. They can, you know, they can spend their renown to get faction-wide buffs. Nurgle gets infections to generate plagues. So, you know, there's a lot of similarities between factions, you know, a lot of factions. So there's this, that, and the other thing. But man, if you like tactical strategy games, there's something for everybody in this game. If you like fantasy-based, I know some people don't like fantasy; they prefer, you know, real military or science fiction stuff. But the sheer size of the map, the number of factions you can and heroes lords you can pick from, there is just so much to do. And so many variety of ways of doing it. I have beaten the campaign for the Empire with Karl Franz. I beat it with Throg for Norska. He's a Viking troll. I got my head handed to me for Kislev, which is like the Russians. I'm currently doing Kugath Plaguefather, the Nurgle, to play as one of the evil factions. And I'll keep playing through them. So there's a lot going for this game. However, I do have some criticisms. First, the AI. One of the AI cheats. Definitely the AI cheats. There are things where like the AI does things and like no way should that happen. Like when you siege a city, it takes time for the opponent, for your computer to starve the computer out. But if the computer puts you in siege, you are instantly taking damage from starvation. Like that turn, your units start losing health. So that's a direct cheat for the computer. Where's our freaking sound? Just the master volume. Turn that down, dude. Okay, so the AI cheats. The AI is better at micromanaging. So little things like that. When I did auto resolve, the auto resolve is really tricky. It just the AI tends to favor certain things in auto resolve, so you can kind of cheese it. You know, if you like, the auto resolve tends to favor units with high armor. So like the dwarves, who have tons of armor, tend to do really well in auto resolve. But Nurgle, who has crap for armor, tends to do really badly. There are fights that, like, I know I should win, and the AI says it's a defeat. I'll just go in and fight it myself and win. But at the same time, there are fights that, you know, vice versa, the computer says that says I should win. It's like, there's no way in hell I'm going to win this if I fight it myself. I'll just take the auto resolve because the auto resolve is better than anything I could do myself. So the auto resolve is kind of an issue, but there's just too many factors. You know, if you look at all the stats this unit has, armor, leadership, speed, there's just so many things to take. Hit points. There's too much to keep track of. The computer can only do so much when it's thinking and the computer's trying to balance these things but it doesn't always bounce like special abilities, like hiding in forests, resilience. Like, it doesn't always take into account the fact that this guy can cast spells. So it's basing it on just this stuff here. Other stuff, not so much. At least as near as I can determine. So on the con side, the AI's issues. There are also some pathing issues too. Like an overlay map, like say, like I told this army to march. Let's say this army was, like here. It says this army was like right here, and I told it to attack this city here. It might. This is just a little river. It can march across the river, but it won't do that. It'll try and find a bridge. It'll march all the way over here to cross the bridge, because it likes the bridge. The AI likes crossing where the bridge is easy. It's like, no, just walk across the river. So there's some pathing issues. Similar things happen during fights where I'm trying to tell my units to attack. I'm in the city, fighting in the city. I'll tell the unit, like, go through the front gate and walk over here to attack this area over here. And no, it'll walk all the way around the freaking city. So there's some pathing issues when you're trying to tell the computer what to do. There's some balance issues. Some of the factions are obviously better than others. Some of them definitely need some work. Nurgle just dies versus range units. They're slow. They've got no armor. They have lots of hit points, so it takes them all to die. But they're just going to die. If you got some fast units with range, some fast range units, you can just lead them around by the nose and just shred them from a distance. So, some of the factions need work. But honestly, the biggest problem with this game is the cost. Now, the base game, Warhammer 3, is $60. That's not the issue. Warhammer 2, which came out a few years ago, is also still $60. Warhammer 1, which came out a couple years before that, is still $60. All the extra content, all the DLCs, are all still full price. Creative Assembly has not lowered the prices on anything on this at all. There's no bundle. There's no discounts. Everything is still full value. To play Immortal Empires, let me back out of this. I can make it. Yes, I don't care. So, like, to play this,
Dragon Lord.
this is like this is $60. This expansion it just came out is an extra $25. But going back to Mortal Empires, the first game had the Empire, Bretonnia, Dwarves, Greenskins, and I think the High Elves. High Elves are one of the elves, and I think the Vampire Courts. Like, that is $60 still. If you were to buy all of this, and some of these things, are additions, like Greenskins. He wasn't part. Gromp Punch was not one of the initial. Man, that's fucking loud. All right. If you were to buy everything in the Immortal Empires,
Sigma's will.
Shut up. If you were to buy all this stuff, all the DLCs, everything, it would cost you almost $400 for everything. And I don't think it's worth it. As much as I love this game, and this game is a lot of fun, I've played through 4 campaigns. I'm going to play the rest of them. Of the 80 to 90 campaigns I can play, I'm going to play most of them. I've already got like 140 hours invested in this game, one way or another. And it's just going to keep going up. And they're going to keep releasing more factions, more races, more heroes, more legendary lords. I'm going to keep playing the game. But I'm going to wait for the Chaos Dwarf faction, that $25. I'm not buying that. I'm waiting for a sale of some kind. When I bought this, I do have everything, as you can see, except for this, which is brand new. I bought it on sale. I waited for the Steam sale. I bought everything at like 60% 65% off. I think grand total, I've spent like 160. Now, granted, that's a lot of money, but there's also a lot of content. But that's nowhere near the $400 it would have cost me to buy brand new. Would I recommend this game? Yes, definitely. If you like strategy games, real-time strategy games that have a good tactical, base to them, in spite of the AI's issues, in spite of that you can cheese the AI if you're good at the game, it's still a hell of a lot of fun. There's just so much content. But I would recommend you wait for a sale. Just keep your eyes on Steam and do not buy this thing at full price. Not because it's not worth it. There's just too much content to pay everything full price. Buying the base game of Total War 3 at full price is kind of worth it. But the fact for a game that, the first game came out like 6 years ago, and they're still trying to soak you for $60. Yeah, don't give Creative Assembly that kind of money. Do not give them full price. As much as I love this game, and as much as I'm going to keep playing this game, they're just trying to squeeze you for cash. Which I feel bad saying, because the programmers have worked hard in this game. They continue to work hard in this game. The people who have made this game love this game and are pouring their heart and soul into it. This is just a top-down executive decision to try it. It's the guys at the top. It really is. So, it's one of those things where, they're just trying to line their pockets. Anyway, I have rambled on for over half an hour. And I could keep going. I could just do a deep dive on all the different factions and legendary lords. I would love to be able to play this game and put it up on my YouTube channel. But my gaming videos don't get any views at all. So I'll just keep doing reviews. But if you stuck with me this long, please seek therapy. There's no reason for anyone to watch me this long. But thank you for watching. Please seek therapy. I've got other videos to watch, just a self-serving, self-promotion. And until next time, good hunting.